So we're in Tongarup National Park, and on the ground here is a map from quite a few billion years ago. Can't really see it too well. There's Australia. There's East Antarctica. And it depicts the rise and fall of the supercontinents. There's a description here. You can see here. And that's the supercontinent Rodinia around 900 million years ago.
So Antarctica was attached to Australia.
Yeah.
And finally broke away 34 million years ago.
Yeah, so relatively recent. So we're heading out to the Gap and the Natural Bridge. And looking across there is the Great Southern Ocean. And that is next stop, Antarctica. And actually I think you can feel that breeze. A little bit of snow in the air. Right, this is quite a spectacular piece of engineering. These big slabs of rock were formed when Antarctica and Australia collided. Melted the crust, pushed the magma up, and it cooled, forming these great sheets. That's just amazing, isn't it? It's pronounced nice. G-N-E-I-S-S. Jules Verne stuff, really. Oh, I think that's Jules Verne's teaspoon from his ship. Sorry, that was a fly approaching my nose because I haven't got my white shirt on. My Kathmandu buzzproof. Look at this. And there's the Natural Bridge. A tourist was lost off here in 1978. He climbed down to get a photo. Stephen was his name. And a passing plane spotted him and a trawler picked him up. So we won't be going down there. We've taken a warning. You can hear the ocean. So this platform takes us over what's called the Gap. Trisha's being very brave. She's got halfway across. It sits 40 metres above the turbulent Southern Ocean. Wow, it's very noisy. Yeah. We're venturing, even though thousands of people have been over this. And it's really well engineered. We're not comfortable, neither of us, are we?
No. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I feel very easy. I've got to go back.
Right, the waves are booming. I'm really not comfortable, but I'm going to do this. What could possibly go wrong? Well, I've come down a path, again, another bit of stunning coastline. So I've come down this rocky path, about 1 kilometre, probably dropped a couple hundred metres. Steps and rocks climbing down. And then you get down here and you think, I've made it to the blowholes because there was a life ring there. And then you look over the edge of this rocky cliff and there's that. And I thought, nah, it's not worth life and limb. Not being that, well balanced for a blowhole. So, lovely scenery. And I'll head back because Patricia would be very cross if I slid off the edge of the cliff. So still in the Tongarup National Park, these are the salmon holes. Beautiful. I don't know if there is salmon down here. Signs everywhere saying rock fishing is very dangerous. On it from July. Here we go. July due to January. Western salmon live in schools. They're residential schools. So it's a bit like...
They're like university.
Yeah, boarding school. They live along the coast. Oh, hello salmon. Watch out for the fishermen. We are just north of Walpole and we are heading off on the treetop walk. These are tingle trees. It's a forest of tingle trees up to over 400 years old. It's thought they're named, tingle being a Noongar word for tree. So it's about probably 600 metres and the treetop walk takes us through the forest and above the canopy in some places. So this is going to be amazing. Oh, and tingle trees only grow, they're unique to this area, which is incredible. This is a red tingle tree. They're bigger than the yellow tingle trees. So we've got load limits.
There's people coming.
And here we go. Trouble is people stop. And then that leaves you. When they stop it leaves you mid whatever. Anyway, here goes. I'm putting this away so I can put my hands somewhere safer. We did it. We've made it. It sways quite a bit in places. It's kind of like a suspension bridge. I mean, it's quite amazing and you're looking down on the canopy, but neither of us like heights, so there's no GoPro footage. There's one big tree. Quite amazing. And that great big tree has got really shallow roots. They used to you could just drive up and park anywhere back in the day. Then they found that beautiful, look at it. Then they found that the cars were compressing the roots, which obviously looked not a good look. Hey P, how did you feel on that little walk?
Oh, it was a bit scary.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to be up there when it's windy.
Oh,
no. Because it was swaying enough. Apparently it's to give you the feeling of being in the trees.
Oh,
yeah, right, thanks. I'm quite happy to read about it, really. Here's another big red triangle. Look at that. This is swordgrass. And there are little tunnels in here where the quokkas live. I thought they only lived on... We both thought they only lived on Rottnest Island, but they live here. There's a tunnel in there. So we'll keep an eye out, but I think they're quite shy. So we're walking through the tingle forest, and some of this undergrowth is ancient, thousands of years old. So this is a yellow tingle, which is kind of there. It's a stringy bark, but not as tall as a red tingle, and it doesn't have the big buttresses that the red tingles have, so you tell them apart. This is Grandma Tingle, estimated to be over 400 years old. She's over 12 metres in circumference, a bit like myself, and about 36 metres in height. Go girl. It's a really beautiful, gnarly old face there. So I'll just pop through this little gateway. You didn't need to bend going under there, did you?
Okay.
This is King Tingle. Every 4 years, he has a crown of white flowers. This is Green's Pool at Denmark. And it is rather beautiful. Apparently it's a good snorkeling spot, but it's probably about, what do you think, -7 with the wind chill. See, there's P, catering. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. We're about 14k west of Denmark. So we're now at Waterfall Beach. So we're going to follow this path, and there's a deep clear spring apparently that provides a waterfall all year round. But it is another stunning piece of coastline, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love all the turquoise and the deep blue and these rocks. Here it is, Waterfall Beach. And it's just fresh water just trickling down through all the rocks. It's really rather lovely. With the ocean right there. Well, we're here at the Lucky Bean Cafe and actually in Lucky Bay. So it's a bit windy, rather chilly, but the vista is amazing. And the fact that you can get fresh damper hot chocolate, double espresso here, quite amazing.
Okay, this is Moira driving on the beach. She must be a bit nervous, so she stopped. Here she comes now. There she goes. Down that way.
So we're at this beautiful free camp for the night, Jimbalana rest area, about 8 kilometres east of Norseman on the air highway, heading towards Adelaide really. That's the hill up there. Might walk up there in the morning. There's heaps of room, lots of space all around here. There's probably, I don't know, 5-6 fans here at the moment, but there's room for dozens, all of that. So we're going to be heading up that way along the 1,365 kilometre longest golf course in the world. So we'll be taking a few shots off that. To the north, sun's obviously, oh, that must be west because the sun is there. So to the north, this is an area of eucalypt woodland where there are a couple hundred different types of eucalypt. It's the only place in the world that you can find this collection, and the whole woodland area heads across to Norseman. Starts just north of Esperance. Despite that, there is a sign indicating a mine, and there are a couple more mines in this area. I guess we all need whatever's being mined, I think. Norseman was a nice little town. Not that much going on there. Fortunately, a few shops and things for sale. But interestingly, it was so called after a horse. The horse, ridden by Laurie Sinclair in 1894, started pouring the ground. And Laurie got off, and he was with his brother. They got off and had a look, and there was a reef of gold. So next minute, you know, the whole gold rush comes in, people coming in, establish the town, boom. So 1895, just a year later, we have the town of Norseman. Just like that. Amazing. This is gorgeous here though. For our British viewers, these are the little trucks that we have in town. Get these all over the place. Keeping Australia moving. They're about 60 to 90 metres long. So when overtaking, take care. Plan your day carefully.
Okay. The ball went that way.
So this This hole is it's par 3, 175 metres. It's called Skylab because a piece of Skylab actually fell onto this homestead, and Jimmy Carter actually phoned and apologised. So I'm heading down to the green. My balls kind of went left a bit into the scrub. We'll see. Apparently there are the little slippery fellas here, so I'll have a look. I've got a second ball in case I need to take a drop. So I've had a look around. It's just like playing at home. Looks like that is a lost ball. So I think it had something on it, so it came down here, but might have to take a drop. So nothing new. Okay. She's on the green.
On the green.
So we stayed last night at the Newittsland Nature Reserve. A bit overcast today, but there is heaps of room. It's a nature reserve which extends quite a long way, all the way down the 70 odd k down to the Bight. One other person here last night. Through there and then up there there's even heaps more room. Big turning circle here, so I'm just going to drive the van around. So it's about 100 metres in from the highway, but the odd truck came past, not so much overnight. But what we did have last night was the most spectacular sound and light show. The huge thunderstorm almost directly overhead, and it was a series of lightning stretching from Darwin. It was just kind of like a strip right across Australia, but we were getting the booms and the flashing and the banging, and then seeing the hatch, lying in bed, looking through the hatch overnight. It was just, oh, it was awesome. And a bit of rain, not a lot, but yeah, terrific. So we've crossed into South Australia, or about to. We're at the border. There's the famous border town sign and the big kangaroo, and then this looks a bit like for Federation. We've got police at the border. Well, it's pretty windy here. We're just out of Border Village. That's looking towards WA, and then this way is the Great Australian Bight, and that's ocean is just turquoise. So we're set up for the night here at Munda Cliffs, and I'm going to spin around here, and here we are, cliff edge, Australian Bight. Absolutely, look at that, incredible. It was blowing a gale, but it's actually a little bit less now. This is disappearing though, because look, and then that way there's one person over there and another one down here. It's just absolutely spectacular and free. That is just incredible, and you can hear it. It's going to be gorgeous going to sleep with that sound of that. Looking a little stormy again. It's kind of travelling east, but slightly towards us as well. So we'll see what happens. Last night, as I said earlier, it was a corker of a storm. But we were talking to the guy at Eucla Roadhouse, got some fuel, and turns out the lightning actually hit one of his windows and smashed it. And funnily enough, we were 4.5 kilometres away, and my little app showed that the lightning was 4.5 kilometres away, and that must have been the one that hit the guy's window. That's a corker, that is. I can hear rumbling. Watch and see, watch and wait. It is unbelievable here. It's a meteorological dream. We've got the sunset on the water, the light on the cliffs. There's a rainbow over there. There's lightning behind. There's another rainbow over there. And there's lightning over there. It's just all happening. And we were sitting in the van. It was rocking from side to side. The rain came down and then it stops. There's more lightning over there. It's horizontal. And that's amazing. It's just all happening. And after a beautiful evening, this is the view today, this morning. Bit blowy.
Little bit. The rain's a candle.
Yeah. And just over there, I can see the French lieutenant's woman standing on the cliff. Or actually, no, it's Heathcliff. They're all here. Thomas Hardy's here somewhere. We're going to find some breakfast. We've been awake since 3. There's something banging against the van. And it was rocking. And we're on the edge of a cliff. Anyway, all for now. We're still alive. So this is Pinky Point. There's been a couple of shipwrecks off here. That's an anchor from one of them, the L&K. Over there are silo mills and there's some salt. We saw huge fields of wheat driving at this end of the Nullarbor. Well, it wasn't really the Nullarbor, it was into South Australia. And then we've got a couple of ships and a couple of tugs just out here waiting. And then we'll go over to the other lookout. There's Ceduna seems to be in a kind of a bay, and Pinky Point is one arm of a sort of an archipelago, I suppose. Well, looks like that ship is being loaded with grain, gypsum, mineral sands or salt. Well, actually nothing at the moment. And what we learned recently was that the salt from here goes to Italy for processing and getting put in a little Saxa bottle and then comes back. And we worry about emissions, but anyway. It's a beautiful day today. Makes a nice change after the rain and the storms that we've had. It's a nice little walk along the coast here with interpretive signs. That's not one, that's kids' work. But pointing out what all the different land masses are and who did what, where, and where ships are sunk. Heaps of, I don't know if they're cormorants on the rocks down there. Maybe not. Darters, I don't know. Anyway, beautiful day. So we popped into Ceduna for a couple of nights to replenish food stocks and get sorted and get organised, and then tomorrow we head towards Port Augusta and then up the Stewart. There's a lot of wet weather forecast, so there could be some more storms, which will be interesting. At least we won't be on the edge of a cliff this time. We're at the Ingomar rest area, free camp, about 100k south of Coober Pedy on the Stewart Highway. We've got, looking west, desert, just more than as far as the eye can see. We're in a slightly elevated position, so you can see just miles and miles and miles. And on the other side we can see the painted desert, just see the hills. Yeah, there's someone else just pulled in. Terrific little free camp. Thank you very much, Road South Australia. It's great. No facilities, but they need them. But yeah, terrific. The sun's starting to set over there. We've got lightning over here. This is a bit like Bunder Cliffs. And then, look at this, a complete rainbow. All of it. So we've stopped at Eldunda Roadhouse, about 250k south of Alice. We've been free camping and planned to free camp, but I don't think you can see it that well. That is a seriously rocking storm we've just driven through. It was like a whiteout in a blizzard, visibility N, fog lights on, driving at 60, wipers couldn't keep up, lightning all around us, like Armageddon type sky. It's all around us now. Alice last night apparently got 95 mil in 24 hours, which is more than they've had since 2001. There are flood warnings everywhere. So we thought we'd stop at a roadhouse with a pub, and that would be the way forward. And then tomorrow we'll head off, carry on north, see what happens. So we're in Alice Springs. We've stopped here partly because it was such a hard work driving the last couple of days through storms, and partly because the Barkly Highway towards Queensland's closed anyway. But here is the Todd, not only flowing but flowing over the road, complete with a small branch. Yeah.
Because it dragged all this with it.
Yeah.
So come up here.
Awesome. Hello, Todd. You don't flow often, but when you do it in style, baby. So here it is, the Todd. Not a sight you see often. There's Heavy Tree Gap, kids, and our dogs. Awesome. No, you won't. So we're just heading into Simpson's Gap. There's some water in what is I'm not sure the name of it. It's a tributary of Roe Creek, which I think feeds into the Todd further down. But it looks beautiful. It's a bit cold today. It's about 16 degrees, cool wind, which is very unusual for November. But this is beautiful. We had to do there's a road across, water across the road in a couple of places coming in. We've got a no swimming sign, but we've got heaps and heaps of footprints in the mud and the sand. So I reckon it was a bit like the Todd yesterday. People were just having a ball. Look at this. Oh, you West McDonald's, you are beautiful. So this is where the path disappears. Back there. Shit, this could be getting